and welcome to our MSc Management and Sustainable Tourism Offer Holder webinar. My name is Amy and I'm part of the team here at the University of Glasgow's Dumfries campus, and I am so delighted to welcome you to our session today. I've got some very special guests who will be joining me very shortly. We're really excited to share some information about this programme for you. We cannot wait to welcome you to campus. If you have any questions, this is a live session after all, if you have any questions at all, you can head to slido.com and use the code #UofG and send in any questions that you might have for myself or our team. Or you can use the comment section or the live chat on YouTube. Send in your questions and we'll be sure to get some answers to you during this session. And not to worry, if you're watching this later on, we're going to be putting up some contact details. So if you do have any questions left after this session, you can just get in touch with us. We're more than happy to help in any way we can. So I'm really excited to tell you a little bit more about this programme. This is a really unique programme because you're going to get the chance to experience two different campuses at the University of Glasgow. So the University of Glasgow actually has 3 campuses in total in Scotland. So we have one in the city centre of Glasgow, and that's Gilmore Hill. We have another one just outside the city of Glasgow, which is Garscube. And we have our third, which is in southwest Scotland, in the town of Dumfries. And that is our Dumfries campus where we are based. So lots of opportunity for you on this programme to explore a little bit. First things first, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our School of Social and Environmental Sustainability and our Dumfries campus. And then I'm going to invite my colleagues on to tell you a little bit more about our Gilmore Hill campus and our Adam Smith Business School. And then a little bit more about the programme itself as well. So let's get started. Here we are at our School of Social and Environmental Sustainability that you can see on your screen there. Our school is based in the Dumfries campus. It's based in 85 acres of parkland. It is just beautiful here in Dumfries. We typically welcome staff and students from across the UK and around the world every year from more than 40 countries on our campus here. We are surrounded by what we like to call our living laboratory. So this includes, for example, our teaching garden, which you can see on your screen now, and that is right at our back doorstep of the Rutherford McCowan building. But it also extends to our region as a whole. So we have everything from forest and coasts and rivers and agriculture to our UNESCO biosphere. We have so much going on in our dark sky forest, lots and lots of opportunity for you to kind of explore and get a deeper understanding of our fantastic region and the situation that we live in. It's amazing here. So we really pride ourselves on smaller class sizes. This means you get much more opportunity to get one-to-one support with your lecturers, with your tutors, but also with your classmates as well. So our students here on these programs really do make friends for life here. We're really, really proud of that. We're a really close-knit community, and we're really excited to be welcoming you to our campus. And of course, we are the University of Glasgow. We are a Russell Group institution. That means our academics are among the top researchers in their fields. And particularly on this programme, you're going to be learning from some really fantastic people. So a little bit about the town of Dumfries itself. It is based in southwest Scotland. It's approximately 75 miles from the city centre of Glasgow. It's a very friendly and welcoming community here in the town of Dumfries. There's cafe, bars, clubs and restaurants, everything you might need within our town centre, but also on our campus as well. We have sports and health facilities. So in the town itself, we have like swimming pools, gyms, 24/7 gyms, boxing, we have rock climbing, ice rinks, lots and lots for you to get involved with. But on campus as well, we have our gym, sports facilities, sports and fitness clubs, which are all completely free for our students to use. So University of Glasgow students get free access here in Dumfries to the gym and sports classes as well. We also have cinema, theatres, shopping. We're really vibrant cultural heritage here in Dumfries and Galloway with music, literary and arts festivals. Some even take place right here on campus. It's so much fun when they do come and join us here. And of course, it's Dumfries and Galloway. We're the 3rd largest region in Scotland, so we are not short of the great outdoors. So if you're into hiking and nature trails, mountain biking, we've got the forest, the rivers and the coast right here for you to explore as much as you can. Now, the school itself covers 4 main subject areas of specialism. So that is environment, sustainable development, education, and of course, tourism. So we'll talk a little bit more in a while about how we actually use all of these different subject areas to inform our research and our teaching practice as well. Now, a quick note on accommodation. We're going to be covering this a little bit more in depth in a while. However, just to note that there are accommodation options through the university. There's also accommodation options in Dumfries and in Glasgow through private lettings or private renting. So if you have any questions whatsoever about accommodation, please do just get in touch. We want you to feel as settled as possible. And so we want you to be able to help you navigate through the world of finding good accommodation for yourself. Please do reach out if you have any questions for us. And next, a quick note on funding and finance. We have a fantastic resource here at the University of Glasgow, and that is our searchable scholarship database. So what you can do is head to our website, glasgow.ac.uk/scholarships. And what it will do is you can put in some criteria. So for example, the level of study, in this case, postgraduate, where you live in the world, what your program title is, and it will generate a list of potential scholarships you may be eligible for. And you can go through. There's no harm, I always say, in having a little look. You might be surprised by what you find. There might be something that you're actually eligible for. There's no harm in applying. So have a little look if you can. And then while you're here, there's opportunities for things like part-time work. So if you're doing a full-time master's level program, we recommend absolutely no more than 16 hours per week working. That is because we don't want you to take away from your studies. We want you to do really well here, but there are lots of cafes, bars, restaurants, lots of hospitality around that you'd be able to get a part-time job in. There's also ambassador work. So if you want, you could join our student ambassador team. They're a fantastic group of students who all choose their hours to fit around their studies. And they do fun things like open days, like welcome days, and things like campus tours as well. It's a really great opportunity to make a little bit more money while fitting it in around your studies. And of course, University of Glasgow, we have so many resources that you can use in terms of careers and job shops. So we have the SRC Job Shop, the Internship Hub, career centres, and we have dedicated staff on both campuses as well who can help you find local opportunities, especially for part-time work. And last, but by certainly no means least, I want to talk about our student support services, because this is very important to us here at the University of Glasgow. We have student support officers, and in terms of Dumfries, we have a dedicated student support officer on campus who can be reached by phone, by email, or you can find them in their office, their drop-in hub in room 106 in our Rutherford McCowan building. They're here for you. Student support officers are very much the first point of contact for any questions or worries you might have. So whether it's finances or questions about accommodation, any issues you're facing or with study support, really anything at all that you might be worried about, please do just reach out. We are here to support you and here to help you find the resources that you might need. And I always like to just say, if you aren't sure, just ask. Please do reach out. If you have any questions about anything related to your time at university and you're not sure where else to go, just come and talk to us, come and see us. If we can't help you ourselves, we will absolutely know someone who can. So don't sit and worry, don't sit and struggle. Reach out to us and we are here to provide all the support that you might need. So with that being said, that is enough from me. I am delighted to welcome two very special guests with us today. We have our program director and we have Sophie from our Adam Smith Business School as well. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us today. So we have a great session here. Hi, we have a great session. I'm going to let you kind of take it away. Tell us a little bit more about our Gilmore Hill campus in Glasgow, our Adam Smith Business School, and then of course a little bit more about this fantastic program.
Great, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. My name is Sophie Hanlon, and I'm your candidate experience manager. So my role is to really be there from the moment you receive an offer to come and join us at the Adam Smith Business School to the moment you come and register with us as a student. So I am your resource. Amy can share my contact detail later on. So please do reach out if there's anything that we haven't covered regarding life at the university, about the business school, anything like this. I'd be more than happy to help you. So just before Guillaume gets going on the program more specifically on the academic side, I thought I'd give you a few more points on the business school. I'm sure you've done a lot of research, and that's why you're here today. That's how you applied and you got an offer to come and join us at the Adam Smith Business School. But there's a few points I was so proud and we just wanted to highlight today. So in terms of business school, we are top 1% of business schools worldwide. We are Triple Crown accredited. So this is something that, our whole team has worked so hard, from the academics to the support staff to our students. Everyone has worked so hard to get to that top 1% in terms of business school. In Europe, we rank top 100. The Financial Times ranks us as 77. And in terms of graduate employability, the QS Graduate Employability Ranking in 2022 ranks us top 20 in the UK. So obviously, when looking at an MSc program, most applicants will probably be thinking about the next steps, and that could be further on in higher education, such as PhD study or entering the workforce. So when looking at entering the workforce, knowing that the Adam Smith Business School is ranked in top 20 in the UK in terms of graduate employability is something that is very important to remember when making a decision and choosing a business school. So Amy's talked a lot about our campuses, our three different locations, but we are so proud at the Adam Smith Business School to not only be part of this historical institution, but to also have a brand new building that was inaugurated just a couple of months ago. So you will actually be starting in September, the first cohort that will be there full time in our new campus. So we are so proud and so excited to welcome you to our new campus. And the way the campus has been designed is really to mimic the current work environment. So we all know that post-COVID things have changed so much in the workplace and so much in the way we interact, in the way we study, and this is reflected in the way our business school was designed. So we really have our research and our teaching coming together in this beautiful open space that really promotes this collaborative teaching and collaborative learning environment where you can come together with your fellow classmates and work on group project, work on your presentation, socialize before classes, or just, catch up on your studies if you prefer independently. So it's really a building that is fit for the ages, and really will get you ready and give you the best step forward in your career. So that's about all I have at the moment, all I wanted to highlight in terms of the business school. I will mute myself now and let Guillaume take over.
Sorry, Guillaume, we're just having some technical issues there. If you could try to mute and unmute yourself. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. So I was about to say that this is really a unique degree because we are located, in the south of Scotland in Dumfries. But this degree is actually, has courses across two campuses. The first semester in Glasgow, the second semester in Dumfries in the south of Scotland, and the third semester either in Dumfries or in Glasgow. And that's really unique to the university. So you will learn in both environments, and these has consequences, if you wish, in terms of how we apply tourism across our courses that we offer throughout the program. We have, as it's been mentioned, a triple accredited master's degree that is also, giving amazing credentials to a degree, a postgraduate degree in tourism, and that's also unique across Scotland. But I would like to emphasize that primarily we have really an interdisciplinary approach to how we tackle the issues of sustainable tourism. Because during semester one in Glasgow, you will learn a lot about management courses, and I'll come very shortly to the type of courses you're going to have in semester one. But we also delve into some more specific issues across semester two in Dumfries with colleagues who have backgrounds in ecology, in management, in marketing, in sustainability. And this blend, this mix, really makes this postgraduate degree unique in terms of approaches and how we apply those different approaches to the management of sustainable tourism. So we're looking at really different issues, and we visit popular tourist destinations across Glasgow and Dumfries to really apply and tackle those issues for the management really of this of the tourism issues that we are dealing with. And the semester one is basically looking at management courses. You have business, finance, contemporary issues of inhuman resource management. We've got courses in creativity and innovation, managing strategic change, operations management, and service delivery, risk and resilience, which is really a course focusing specifically on the risk management and resilience of tourism. So this course is taught in Glasgow, but they have a field trip located in Dumfries and Galloway. So this is a really interesting course in semester one. So as you can see, those courses really embrace lots of different managerial aspects of tourism and beyond, but I would argue more generalist courses that are then applied to our semester two in Dumfries. And our courses span from core ones, so events management, tourism sustainability and climate change, to more optional ones from tourism marketing, sustainable heritage management, and more, a bit of different approaches to really the environment, such as environmental ethics and behavioral change, and environmental politics and society. As you can see, this blend, again, spanning from semester one to semester two, is really unique because we tackle sustainability from the events perspective, from the tourism perspective, from the climate change perspective, from the marketing perspective, and also from the heritage management perspective, and from a more philosophical perspective and more ethical perspective. So that really gives you a holistic perspective, really, on the management of sustainable tourism across different subjects and across different disciplines. What we have then in semester three, once you are equipped with all these key managerial and sustainability aspects of tourism, is really the choice of semester three between a dissertation and a project. And these are very different options that we've been developing across the past 6 to 7 years. And they can be undertaken in Dumfries or in Glasgow, depending on what you choose. If we look at the dissertation, this is really, I would argue, a classic piece of work. So you can choose your own topic and make a contribution to knowledge in the area of tourism and management. It can be based on primary resources, so doing interviews, doing lots of different questionnaires, but it can also be based on secondary sources to really enable a broad engagement with the subject and the literature. It's usually a more consequent piece of work. It's also an individual piece of work, so around 12,500 words. And this is across, semester three. So we're talking about roughly 3.5 months of writing up and, being supervised from, May to the end of August. The project option is a little bit different because it's really it's really about working with organizations. So what we do is we work across various case study scenarios with real-world organizations in tourism, and these organizations formulate what we call business and management problem, so that those issues or those, if you wish, those questions or those objectives can be applied And you as a group, because it's a group project, but you will get marked, you'll be marked individually still, is actually about providing recommendations for these specific issues and business management problems. The main difference as well to the dissertation is that although it's group based, so you'll have a case study scenario with an organization with a couple of objectives, but you will work as a group with them. But every student will have a different objective and will have to produce an individual project report at about 6,000 words, and then you will have an oral presentation also. That will be group-based, but that will be individually marked. And then on the top of that, you'll have an individual reflective report, really reflecting on what you've learned throughout the process of tackling those issues with your group as an individual, and really what you've been encountering through the process of writing and meeting those objectives of the project. So, having said that, we try to equip our students with the best postgraduate skills to prepare them adequately for careers. And regarding careers, there's really a wide range of career prospects that we have at the outset of this master's degree. And you can see some of these key managerial roles that on the slide here. But to be a little bit more specific, what we had in the past was a range of different things, from sustainable tourism managers and coordinators for destinations, resorts, or tour operators. We had students working with DMOs, destination management organizations, to develop and organize sustainable tourism strategies at the destination level, collaborating with local authorities and businesses. And that is really across the whole world, because our student cohort come from the whole world. And I'll get back to this a little bit at the end of this presentation, because it's a really important part of this degree. We had students ending up being tourism consultants, providing expert advice to businesses, governments, NGOs on sustainable tourism practices. We had students working as environmental managers around compliance and regulations in implementing sustainable practices. We had students working in ecotourism ventures, and how this management of ecotourism initiatives are able to ensure that tourism activities could contribute positively to conservation efforts, for example. We had some students who went into research and engaged in research related to sustainable tourism, contributing to the academic community and potentially teaching at the university level. I had a student in the past who is now working for the Lonely Planet in Vietnam. So you can see, we had students working with different events organizations, including in this region. So specializing in organizing sustainable events, considering the environment, the social impacts of such gatherings. So you can see that really it's a wide range of possible outcomes. And that's enabled because of the variety of courses that we teach throughout this degree, that you're being taught with really core management courses that you then apply to the management of sustainable tourism. And I include events, the event industry that is a massive contributor to the tourism industry, really, specifically also across this region and Scotland as a whole. In terms of student experience, I don't think I need to go much more beyond that, because Amy covered that. What I would like to emphasize, though, is that we have a really wide range of students coming from different horizons. This year, we had students from Fiji, from Indonesia, from Mexico, from Thailand, from China, from the US, from the UK. I'm myself French. My colleagues are from Turkey, from Scotland. So what I'm saying here is really a really 100% international environment. So although you'll be based in Glasgow and in Dumfries, the environment in which you're going to be embedded, throughout your courses is very, very international. This is also something that we try to apply at the course level, because my colleagues and myself really embed for every week almost different case studies from around the world. So we apply tourism marketing to specific issues in Central Asia, or in the US, or in France, or in Scotland. So really having this international applied aspect of management and sustainable tourism for this degree. So that's me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Guillaume, and thank you so much, Sophie, as well, for that fantastic information. Oh gosh, it just sounds so exciting. I'm so excited for everyone who's going to be joining us. Now, of course, we've had two very special guests. I now have a further two very special guests with us today. So I am delighted to introduce you to two of our student ambassadors. This is Amy and this is Swati. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Of course. We can hear you perfectly.
Great.
Thank you so much. So, I mean, you guys are on different programs. You're based in Dumfries here, but I wondered if you might be able to share a little bit about your experience as a student at the University of Glasgow. Anything you'd like to share? I mean, Swati, do you want to go first? Introduce yourself a little bit, and then I'll hand over to Amy.
Yeah, sure. So, hi guys, I'm Swati and I'm a student ambassador, and also I'm a student of University of Glasgow course of Environmental Risk Management. And it's been almost a year, like I've been here, and it's my first time also in Scotland. So it's a quite welcoming environment, I would say, because it was first overwhelming for me at course, but within a week or two, I was able to get along with everybody, including the staffs, my professors, my friends, because they were all like super approachable and friendly. And we have like a really friendly environment, as Amy mentioned. Like each course is like, may it be my course or the course that we are currently discussing about, we have like a limited number of people. So we have a good rapport with our professors and our staff. So we all get to know each other very well. And we have a lot of events that happen on campus with staffs and students, which makes us, have a better relationship with one another and all. So far, like it's been great with me. Like the course is going smoothly. Now currently I'm working on my placement and other works, which is going to start soon in June. So it's cool right now.
That is brilliant. Thank you so much. And Amy, how about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm studying sustainable tourism and global challenges. So it's different than the one we're talking about today, but still similar. And I'm from the US, and same as Swati, I've been here for almost a year, and it's been great. It's a very unique experience because you don't get what you get on the main campus in Glasgow. It's a smaller, close-knit community. So you get to know the professors very well and the students, as well as you get to meet people from the community and can involve yourself as much as you want to. And everyone's super friendly, and it's been great. So that's been my time here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So, I mean, we've got so many questions coming in. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending in your questions. We're going to get through all of them, I promise. So what I'll do is I'll invite Guillaume back onto our screen as well. You can join in and we can see what our very first question is. Okay, great question. How much freedom do we get when choosing our final dissertation topic? Do you have any examples of what others have done? Brilliant question. Guillaume, I heard it.
Yeah, so very good question. The topic we try to we actually tell the students to choose their own topic. So my take on the dissertation, because I've been supervising lots of students over the past few years, is really to find a topic that is close to you, that a topic that really motivates you in terms of doing the research, really. So we had everything from the role of AI in influencing the tourism experiential aspects of the experience, to heritage management practice in Indonesia, to currently I'm supervising students who are looking into ecotourism development in the Maldives, to having students researching, the perception of visitors in museum practices to display Egyptian material. So what I'm saying here, it's very hard to give you an idea. I could give you hundreds of different topics that we addressed in the past 10 years, but the message is very clear. We always try to emphasize the fact that students, can choose their topics and can really, really have a lot of freedom in that regard. Now, for the project option, this is a bit different because we propose a range of different topics that are already ready, if you wish, for you to work on. So, for example, this year we had 6 projects spanning from designing a heritage trail at the Crichton around the former asylum heritage, to working with the Annandale Distillery and the marketing team, to working in eco-hospitality and think about what is the ideal tourism experience working with eco-hospitality ventures in Dumfries and Galloway. So again, we're trying to create every year new projects with new organizations. So we meet with them and for example, and we're asking them, okay, what are the key challenges for you this year? What would you like to do with our postgraduate students? Mm-hmm. So it's always trying to find the best match between those students and those organizations. And just to finish on this one, I think what is great with this degree is that if you don't really feel like doing a dissertation, and I know it's the case for a lot of students, or if you want to work with a group of students, then the project is an ideal option for you. If you feel more like doing research and you like, to be on your case, and you like to write, then the dissertation is the right option for you. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. And Swati and Amy, this must feel very real for you right now. You're very much at this stage of your academic journeys. Any top tips or advice you could share for picking that perfect project or picking that perfect dissertation topic?
So I'll go first. So the thing is, like for me, I've chosen placement because I've done a master's before coming here, so I've already did a dissertation before. So I need to have more exposure and experience when it comes to working environment. That's why I chose placement, and this was something which I decided the very first time when I even joined. During the open day itself, I emphasized on the placement opportunities. So it's more like, if you once decide on a particular interest or the field you're interested in, whether you choose dissertation topic or a placement thing, the first thing you need to do is make good connections with your professors, because as you can see, most of our professors have really good connections when it comes to a lot of because through their experience, they have a lot of connections. So I had few of my professors with whom I've discussed about my interest, and they really helped me a lot when it comes to deciding on my placement. So currently where I'm got my placement is NCR, and got it through one of my professors who recommended me, because I was like, the first moment I heard of it, I'm like, can I apply for it? And it's mostly about giving your best so that they could also review and, give you yourself as reference. So mostly it's all about, not just about connections, preparing yourself well and, figuring out which interests you for your career aspect or your future thing.
You're being very modest there, Swati, because you are doing environmental risk management and actually have a placement at the National Centre for Resilience for Scotland, which is amazing. So congratulations on that. You're being very, very modest. But that's fantastic. Amy, any advice from your perspective as well?
Yeah, so this is, I haven't done a dissertation before in my previous studies. That wasn't required from part of our program. So I wanted to experience that myself and gain more experience with writing in general. So that's true. It's a lot of writing. And a good tip as well is knowing what you want to study or being passionate in what you want to research about. So even though it's a long process, it's really helped motivate me to keep going. And the supervisors are there to help you and guide you along the way. So yeah, that's my tip for now. So.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay, so many questions to get through. So little time. Here we go. Okay, so asking Amy, this is definitely for you. What has been your favourite place to visit in Dumfries or in Scotland as a whole? Because I know both of you have done quite a bit of exploring, if I'm right. So if you can pick just one favourite, what would it be? Swati, do you want to go first?
Okay, so mostly for me, I have like most of our course plans are like planned in such a way that we have enough time to work on ourselves. Like for mostly like most of us have classes 3 days a week, so most of the times, other times it's either like we can work on our assignments or our work on something, or most of the time you can look into your part-time jobs if you're kind of working on that, or other times we have like weekend times where you explore. And of course, Scotland, we are in the lower part of Scotland, we have a lot of places around. So mostly I've been to many places such as Kerlavik, which is like right across Dumfries, and we have beautiful sites there like castle and nature reserves and everything. I've been now to Carlisle where there's Hadrian Wall, everything with my friends. And regardless of all of this, like I've been to Edinburgh, and Glasgow is one of the main places also. But other than that, I would like to mention that our university itself, our School of Social and Environmental Sustainability, offers us like a lot of field works in every course. So it's not like a strict thing that only that particular course is allowed to do the field work. Because for me, I remember like I've been to a lot of field works which was part of the ECC course, which is the environmental culture and communication. So I've been to two of their field works last semester, which was mostly in Trossouts, and one of the other places was in the Manic Pass. So mostly whenever they get a chance, like most of my friends used to mention they have extra space in the bus if you want to get. I'm like, of course I'll tag along. So we have a lot of places here to visit in Scotland, because every place, it's hard to pinpoint because every part of the place is like beautiful in its own way. So you have a lot of place in fact to explore. So just go for it.
That is brilliant. What about yourself, Amy?
Yeah, this is a tough question because there's still a bunch of areas I need to explore, especially the Highlands. It's what Scotland's really known for. But I'll say two places. So one in Dumfries is very local, is Dock Park. It's a decent sized park. Yeah. So once you're here, you'll probably walk through it. But it's a really nice area to go running or to just walk through, especially in the springtime while all the trees are blooming. So it's nice to walk in the middle of exams and take a break. And then another place that I went on a field trip to Annan, the Isle of Annan, I think it is. And you get to see the coast and the mountains and everything, and yeah, it's just gorgeous. So I need to see more, but as of right now, those are my favorite. And like Swati said, it's so easy to get around. So you could take a train, there's ferries to get to all these little islands, and yeah, super easy.
No, that's brilliant. And it's so great to hear that you've been able to get out and explore. I mean, I know, for example, another one of our student ambassadors, Sri Kumar, he's a content creator. He made a vlog of his first winter in the UK. He went all across the UK, in fact. He went everywhere from like London all the way up to Isle of Skye and everywhere in between. And I think we can maybe share a little clip of that here. Actually, there it is. He put together this amazing video of all of his adventures over the winter break. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel, actually, and see what he got up to. But it's really accessible, isn't it? I mean, from Dumfries, you can go south to England, to Carlisle, Manchester, Newcastle. You can go north to the Highlands, to Glasgow and Edinburgh. And even from Glasgow, if you're there for your Gumwell Hill campus, you can get from Glasgow to pretty much anywhere in Scotland. So it's really, really handy from that respect. So, that's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, next question. So many to get through. Here we go. Let's see. So, okay, great question. Should I look for accommodation in both Glasgow and Dumfries, or can I just live in one place? So, as we've mentioned, this programme is very unique. You're going to be spending time in Glasgow and in Dumfries. Now, I would say we highly recommend living in both locations to get the most out of it. But Guillaume, what would you say?
Okay, so let's be honest. It's been quite something that we've been discussing heavily over the past few years. My experience with this is that the students have succeeded best when they were located in both locations. Okay, so the students who decided to stay a year in Glasgow, I would not recommend this. Why? Because you need to be you're going to have courses across at least 3 days a week in Dumfries. So if you commute from Glasgow, it's very long commute. I mean, long, relatively long, about an hour and a half at least. It's quite costly. So, you know, in a very pragmatic, you know, a very pragmatic advice would be for you to secure a semester in Glasgow, a semester in Dumfries, and then you're free again to make another choice. It adds a little bit of complication in the beginning to secure that. But in the end, you will, I mean, it's a massive change. It's a massive difference from being totally located in Glasgow and then you have to commute to being in Dumfries. The other thing is we offer amazing student, you know, events in Dumfries, and as it was mentioned by Amy, it's a different feel here. It's much more locally community orientated, and I think you're really missing out if you're not based in Dumfries in semester 2. So I would very strongly encourage you to secure accommodation across the 2 locations. Also, the last thing is my experience with students who were based a year in Glasgow, you engage less with your courses in Dumfries. Not because you don't want to engage, but because the ones who live in Dumfries can stay, you know, for example, a little bit longer, can engage with us physically, not only behind a screen. And there's so many parts of the community life here, student life, that you're missing out, you know, really, if you're based an entire year in Glasgow. So really, I insist, if I may, that you really have to secure, like, you know, accommodation across the 2 campuses, and it's very feasible. We have students doing that every year with no problem. So we have student accom in Dumfries, we have student accom in Glasgow. My advice would be very specific at the outset with the accom people in Glasgow to really mention you're part of the MST program and you have to secure accommodation across the 2 campuses. Please.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course, we are here to support that as well. If you have any questions or worries, please just reach out to us. We'll pop up some contact details at the end of this session. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for that question. Okay, are there any funding opportunities to support the cost of tuition? So I'm going to highlight again our wonderful resource that is the scholarship database. You can head to glasgow.ac.uk/scholarships. It's on your screen right now. Thank you very much. You can go on there, fill out the criteria, see if there's anything applicable to you. As I say, you might just have a nice pleasant surprise for you there. You find something that you didn't expect. You know, it's no harm to have a little look-see. When it comes to actually paying tuition fees, though, we can do things like payment plans or paying in installments. There's lots of different options for you there. So again, please don't sit and worry about this. Reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns. We'll absolutely help you in any way we can to find some resources or anything that you might need. Don't sit and worry. We're here to help. So that's what I'll say about that one. Okay.
One thing, Amy, is that from the MST webpage, all the scholarships related to this program are mentioned at the bottom of the page.
Yes.
So, you know, and it's very clearly stated, and it's you know, you click and you have access to all the information you need. So don't hesitate to tap into those resources, because obviously, you know, it's an important part of being here.
Yeah, no, definitely worth a look. Absolutely. Okie doke. So next question. Here we go. We've got so many to get through. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sending these in. Okay, you mentioned potential jobs. Can I find out more about some of these career options? I mean, absolutely. What I'm going to do actually is share a link in the comments. We have a very special webpage that you can go and check out. It lists a whole variety of opportunities for jobs, some potential options you might be interested in. I'm showing you a little sneak peek on your screen right now. You can have a look there for different sectors you might want to work in. You can click on these to find out a little bit more information about potential salaries and earnings, potential working week hours, things like that. Have a little look through this web page. If you have any questions, you can find out a little bit more. Just get in touch with us. But there's some great opportunities to have a look-see there. And I mean, as we mentioned earlier, there are a lot of opportunities here for careers out of this wonderful program, and you're going to be getting so much real-world experience as well, as we mentioned. So I think that's really important to think about as well.
One thing I would like to highlight is one that Amy and her team are doing a fantastic job to monitor all of these opportunities, but also we keep track of our alumni, and you know, we want to really track now more and more what our alumni are doing, because then, you know, we can relate to them and we can actually you know, use them somehow to connect different students between each other. So, you know, because then they have the network. So this year has been, I mean, this program has been existing for 7 years now. So we start really to have a very interesting track of careers across different MST, I mean, across different postgraduate programs, including the Sustainable Tourism and Global Challenges one.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. So I think we've got time for one more question. We'll sneak it in here. Are we able to visit the campus before September classes starting? That is a resounding yes. Both of our campuses are open year-round. In terms of Gilmore Hill in Glasgow, you can do a self-guided tour, or you can head up and book a campus tour as well. You're more than welcome to come and visit. And in terms of the Dumfries campus, absolutely. If you come here, there's chances that you might meet Swati and Amy in person. They are our wonderful student ambassadors who run campus tours for us. They do meet and greets, all sorts of fun events. So you are more than welcome to attend, absolutely. If you head to glasgow.ac.uk/Dumfries, you'll see a big button on the front page that says visit us. You can click on that and book in for a campus tour. But if you're, you know, any of the dates or times don't suit you, don't worry, just send us a wee email. We're very accommodating here in Dumfries, especially. We are able to, you know, make a bespoke tour for you or a bespoke meet and greet. Please just reach out if you'd like to know, and we can coordinate with colleagues in Glasgow as well, so you can get a chance to visit both campuses before you start classes. And I should say, I'm very excited to announce we have a fantastic suite of 360 virtual tours here in Dumfries. So if you head to the website glasgow.ac.uk/schools/SES/virtual, you will be able to see a 360-degree virtual reality tour of our lovely campus here. We also have experiential 360 tours, like we go to Rockcliffe with Dr. Natalie Weldon. We go to our teaching garden and join one of our undergraduate classes in the garden who are hard at work. There's lots of opportunities there. So you can access these really easily. You can do it on your phone, hold your phone up and look around. You can use your finger to scroll on your phone. You can do it on your desktop, use your mouse to click and drag. Or if you're lucky enough to have a headset, you can use a virtual reality headset and be truly immersed in our campus tour. So if you can't get over, for whatever reason, you can't get here in person, do not worry. We have got that covered. You can join us in virtual reality and see our campus anytime you'd like.
One thing that we do is because you spend your semester one in Glasgow, we organize a travel to the Dumfries campus in semester one, so that you are being presented with the campus, with the courses, with the colleagues who will be teaching you the following semester. So you will be already doing a bit of tourism before you come down here.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much. That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in questions. Thank you so much to Sophie, to Guillaume, to Swati, to Amy. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. It's been a real pleasure to chat to you all about this really unique and fascinating program. If you have any further questions at all, please just reach out. Do not sit and struggle. Reach out to us. You can contact us at dumfries-comms@glasgow.ac.uk. We are more than happy to help. We are right here for you. I do hope this session has been of use to you. We cannot wait to welcome you to our campus, to our University of Glasgow, to join Team U of G. We're really excited. And yeah, please, just anything at all, reach out. We are here to help. We'll say thank you again. We'll say goodbye for now, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.